Please hold on a second. I appreciate it. Thank you. Today I'm not going to play any music because apparently people were complaining that they couldn't hear what I was saying due to the noise behind me. And for your information, the stuff that was going on in the last blog behind me was music that my brother and I had done. I was playing a synthesizer and he was playing drums. So that'll end your curiosity. It's part of kind of the neo-Nancy thing that we do. Anyways, first thing I just wanted to, say what atrocity it was that happened in the Connecticut school. It brings up a certain feeling that I have. I'm a big believer in the Second Amendment, and it's terrible that such a thing would happen during Advent and Hanukkah. And what really bothers me is that shooting in Connecticut, like the one in Arizona and the bigger school shooting in West Virginia, were all done with pistols. They weren't done with long arms. And this brings me to a really important point, is the Second Amendment says that you have the right to bear arms in order to form a militia. That defends long arms. More people every year are shot with pistols than with rifle rounds by far. Yet people try to ban assault rifles more than they try to ban pistols. Pistols are concealable and easy to bring around, and are only designed to kill humans. They're not good for game hunting. They're too small of a caliber and too short of a range. They're only designed to hunt people. That's why you practice indoors with them at short ranges, not outdoors with scopes in the wind. And the other thing is, militarily speaking, actually, to form a militia, that would defend long arms like assault rifles, or things with bayonets or shotguns or something like that. Typically in the military, the only two uses for pistols were usually as sidearms for naval officers besides their saber, or a sidearm for an artillery officer besides his saber. So men who couldn't carry long arms because they were operating cannons. But generally, pistols were only used for dueling. Their whole purpose was for people to kill people. They've always been people-hunting machines. That, and combined with the fact of their concealability, I think makes them the least defensible of all guns that, are protected by the Constitution. So I think that, people should maybe get off the hurting the long arms and look at the guns that really hurt people. If you just go by a caliber, like the way actuary tables are set up, that people who drive red Corvettes get more tickets and get more crashes than people who drive silver Hondas. Both are equal. You kill people equally with either of them, but it's just that type of thing. So I think this has been another proof of that point, that really pistols, I think, are the biggest problem in this country. And I just want to end that there and say it's a terrible tragedy, and I don't really see a defense for people hunting devices like pistols in the Constitution. They're not really good for game hunting. Next thing I wanted to go to was, the world's not going to end on the 21st of this month. It's not. It's utterly ridiculous. What's going to happen is there's going to be a great, beautiful celestial event that you were lucky enough to be alive to see. It has not happened in recorded human history. I believe it's 23 or 26,000 years ago was the last time this galactic alignment occurred, where the sun will rise in the navel of the galaxy, in the middle of the Milky Way, where the supposed black hole is. This will not happen again for another 23, 26,000 years. So, it's a rare chance, so maybe that day you might want to look at the sunrise or the sunset, or take a look at the night sky or the daytime sky and say that you can remember it. You can tell your grandkids or something about it. It's not the end of the world. It's not the Mayans' predicted disaster. All they did was reset their long count calendar. That's all that is a reset of a long count calendar. And this has never happened in human history, recorded human history. And in fact, the last time this happened, there were still Neanderthals in Europe. So it's something very special, and, you should be very happy about it. And the thing I want to get to again is that, of the numerology of stuff. I was trying to talk about the importance of certain numbers. Okay, 7 and 12 are very holy numbers in many religions. We'll talk about just their use in regular stuff. The 7 days of the week, the 12 months of the year, the 12 hours that make up AM, the 12 hours that make up PM. Okay, the 12 apostles, the 7 pillars of Islam. I could go on and on with so many references to how 12 and 7 are used. The 7 objects that move in the sky, the sun, the moon, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, and Neptune. Those are the only 7 objects you can see with the naked eye before they had telescopes that move in the sky. They were the only things that moved. And I think that's another reason why we have 7 used a lot in a lot of cultures, a very important holy number. The other thing is that And 12 is so important too, again, with the apostles and everything like that, and the months of the year. It's very, very important things. But I think there's a link between these two numbers that, even though I've read a lot of stuff, I've not really seen much spoken about it. In fact, I've never really seen anything exactly explicitly saying this. But, what do 12 and 7 have in common? What they have in common is that 7 is 3 plus 4, 12 is 3 times 4. So they both come down to a reduction of the numbers 3 and 4. So I think that is what the real big significance that these two holy numbers have in common. 7 and 12 are related by 3 and 4, and it's just the mathematical operation between 3 and 4 that creates them both as holy numbers. That was just something I wanted to go through on my number theory stuff. Other than that, not much to say, just saying that I guarantee you the road will be here on the 22nd. And, I've been doing some sculptural stuff lately, and I'm doing a special one I'm starting tomorrow on the 17th. So that way it'll wind up 7 days of carving on the 21st. So it'll be, hopefully something kind of magical and fun. And it's been a terrible week for everybody with that, children dying like that. It's just disgusting. But I just want to say that, some people seem to be pissed off that, whatever, I'm drinking and having fun when I'm doing these things. So here I'm just being totally straight. There's no music. I mean, do you prefer this? Would you like it to be nice and boring? I mean, that's great if you do. Because, come onto my webpage and tell me or talk on YouTube stuff. Because a couple of schmucks have said about, you are setting a bad example by drinking, and, the music's too loud in the background, or, you're just babbling on. So, if you want it longer, let me know. If you want it shorter, let me know. Because the first one seemed to do a little bit better, and it was longer. The second one was shorter and didn't seem to do so well. So, I really don't know. I like to hear your input. I'm going to do what I want to do anyways. But, it's hard to tell when it's usually a small vocal minority that talks. Like the vocal minority that answers a poll. It doesn't really reflect the whole population. It's like why Romney thought he had a close race with Obama when he got his ass blown out. So, anyways, that's my stuff for tonight. And I hope you all have a, better week than it's been so far. Bye.